Good morning to everyone who is here today, to our witnesses, to our guests who are here as well. Important conversation about leveraging technology to strengthen immigration enforcement. It was last year when I was in the Oversight Committee and I exposed a sanctuary sheriff in the state of South Carolina, Charleston County, South Carolina. Her name was Kristen Graziano. And I learned that she was not working with ICE at the time, and she was letting illegal immigrants who are here in our country illegally, criminals, because they break the law when they come into our country as soon as they cross that border illegally, it's a crime. But she was allowing rapists, pedophiles, molesters, murderers out onto the streets of South Carolina in my district, in my state, doing harm to women and girls. And so having this conversation today is more important than ever because we have to stop this. And I will say this, that illegal border crossings are down significantly now that Donald Trump is president. I believe the last stat I read was that they are down 90%. But anyway, when I was exposing what my sanctuary sheriff was doing last year, my lieutenant governor, Pam Yvette, stood silent. My attorney general, Alan Wilson, stood silent. I was literally one of the only people in South Carolina willing to stick my neck out, put my career on the line, my reputation on the line to make sure this kind of thing stopped. And so today we're going to have this hearing about using technology to minimize illegal immigration, to strengthen immigration enforcement. First of all, it's well documented the Biden administration used technology to facilitate the invasion of our nation by millions of illegal aliens, the CBP One app being just one example of this. Today's hearing will explore how technology can help strengthen the enforcement of our nation's immigration laws. Cutting-edge technology enhances immigration enforcement and reduces risks for immigration enforcement officials. From facial recognition software to data analytics, powered by artificial intelligence to GPS monitoring, advanced technologies empower U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, to track, apprehend, and deport illegal aliens in our country. And we know right now under the leadership of Donald Trump, under the leadership of Tom Homan, that we're trying to deport those who are here illegally as fast as we can. And I believe we don't have enough ICE agents right now to do that. We got to make sure that ICE and Homeland Security have all the resources they need to do it as quickly as possible. Tracking illegal aliens and identifying threats to the homeland allows ICE to more effectively enforce our nation's immigration laws and remove those who are unlawfully present in the United States. Former President Biden and his Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, willfully and intentionally unleashed an invasion of illegal aliens into the U.S. from around the world. We had more people crossing illegally into our country that were on the terrorist watch list than ever in the history of the United States over the last 4 years. Illegal aliens shepherded into the country by the Biden administration include terrorists, murderers, rapists, pedophiles, cartel members, drug traffickers, sex traffickers, child traffickers, human traffickers. Not exactly the kind of people you want roaming the streets of our communities. By systematically dismantling President Trump's policies from his first administration, the Biden administration flung the border wide open for any and all who wish to enter here, the U.S., illegally. This has led to the unlawful entry of over 10 million illegal aliens into the U.S. and nearly 2 million, quote, known gotaways, end quote, who entered the country without once being apprehended. As of last July, there were over 646,000 illegal aliens with additional criminal histories running around free right here in the United States. And those are only criminal aliens that are known to ICE officials. So the actual number is actually statistically probably significantly much higher. Why is this issue important? Why must we use all means at our disposal to identify, locate, and deport all illegal aliens in the U.S.? It's because the heinous nature of the crimes committed by those who enter the U.S. illegally and treat this nation as their own playground to get rich by selling human beings and illegal drugs while victimizing women and children. The most dangerous criminals include cartel organizations that control the border, who force women into indentured servitude or sex slavery to pay for their entry into the U.S. They subject children to child pornography. If you speak to law enforcement at the border, you'll hear about rape trees, where the underwear of women and girls brutally raped on their journey to America are hung like trophies. 10 years ago, I didn't even know what fentanyl was. And now I personally know multiple people who've died of a fentanyl overdose. We've all heard stories also of law enforcement who are doing investigations who are accidentally exposed to fentanyl, end up in the hospital, very sick. They're lucky they haven't died. The Biden administration shoulders the blame for the record deaths of the American citizens, the record number of illegal aliens, and the record profits for drug cartels due to fentanyl and human trafficking. And we're talking about numbers, about the amount of money that the cartels have made off of drug trafficking and human trafficking, tens of billions of dollars, easily north of 60 or 70 billion dollars. They're making money off the U.S. because we let them. To protect American citizens, we must undo the horrors caused by the Biden administration's immigration policies that rewarded criminal illegal aliens. A core component of this is the ability to track and monitor all illegal aliens in the country when detention isn't feasible for some reason. When used as part of the Alternatives to Detention, or ATD program, modern technology can be used to monitor illegal aliens within the country and assist with proper enforcement of U.S. immigration laws. When detention is not possible, these modern technologies can enhance security by monitoring and tracking illegal aliens to ensure they can be removed once a final order of removal is in place. The Biden administration, however, refused to use the ATD program as intended, frequently and prematurely removing illegal aliens from monitoring before a final order of removal was, and allowing them to scatter throughout the interior of our country and victimize American citizens. For example, at the Biden administration's direction, one of the illegal aliens who murdered Jocelyn Nungare, a 12-year-old girl from Texas, who was raped and strangled to death. This is Jocelyn Nungare. I hope we never forget her name. We never forget her face. We never forget the horrors she endured as she was 12 years old. So the illegal who raped and killed her had his GPS ankle monitor removed prior to committing these horrific crimes. Jocelyn Nungare is the face of the horrors American women and girls are suffering at the hands of illegals that have been let in by the Joe Biden administration. The Biden administration allowed this to happen, all while unconscionably ignoring easy-to-use and available technologies that could have prevented the release of illegal aliens with criminal histories in the first place.